Hi guys, it's Amy from Nail Polish Baby 90 and welcome to today's video. Today I am here with my top 10 OPI nail polishes. So I decided to shake things up a bit, and instead of doing my favourite indios and violets like you should have been seeing in my Roy G. Biv of top 10s that I'm doing, I thought since I saw a couple of posts from OPI saying that this year they will be turning 35, it's about time they updated my top 10 OPI nail polishes of all time. I went back in the archives to find out when I last did this video, and it's almost been 2 years, so it's definitely time that we redo these tops, and I will be doing top 10 OPI, and then I'm going to go back, finish my Roy G. Biv, and then we'll carry on through brands and do China Glaze and SE and so on. So today, like I say, we're going to do my top 10. I am greeted with small child right sitting here on my lap, so we'll see how filming goes today, but Austin says hi. These are in no particular order when it comes to favouritism, but I thought I would just kind of do them in kind of colour genre. So the first two we're going to talk about are two neutral colours. The first one is the infamous My Boyfriend Scales Walls. This is a very light grey. Literally all white and probably about 2 drops of grey in there. This came out originally in the Spider-Man collection, which was right when I got into nail polish. So luckily I was around at the time this was released, and I did pick this up on clearance at the time. And if I go back in time, I would have told myself buy more than one bottle of this, because I'm about halfway done and I don't know how easy it's going to be to pick up another one. But this is beautiful. You can get it opaque in 2 to 3. It is a tad streaky, but I find that the older this polish has got, the more easily opaque it is, so I can now get mine opaque in 2. So this one is My Boyfriend Scales Walls. The other neutral is My Vampire is Buff. I have a few more from this collection that I'll be featuring, but this came out in the European Euro Trip collection that came out, was that spring 2013 or 12? I can't remember off the top of my head, but this is a beautiful neutral colour. It's a little bit like skin colour if you're ghosty. It's not really naked nails to me, but it is along that same wavelength. It's definitely white, half like a skin colour. If you put them up against them together, you can quite clearly see that My Vampire Scales Walls. My Boyfriend Scales Walls is definitely more white. This is more of a very light skin colour. I feel this would also look really beautiful on darker skin tones too, because it really would pop like the white one pops on my skin tone. So yeah, really nice polish. Gets opaque in 2. So this one is My Vampire is Buff. Then we move on to some liquid sands, and I have 2. The first one is Alcatraz Rocks. This came out in the San Francisco collection, which was originally a fall collection maybe. Was that 2013? I'm just guessing at years now, I cannot remember. This was really beautiful. I didn't get it at the time, I probably got it the year after. It is an indigo blue base with a ton of gold and glitter in there that obviously dries to a liquid sands finish. I know a lot of people have said this is more stunning with a really thick top coat on or a holographic top coat on, because it really brings out the shine in this, but I don't mind it liquid sands. I am a fan of textured polishes when they're like this. I'm not a fan of textured polish when they're just one flat colour. Being like this and sparkly and glittery really gives them good dimension. So this is opaque in possibly 1. I normally do 2. So this one is Alcatraz Rocks. Then we have What Wizardry Is This? And this came out in the Soft Shades collection when they did the Oz and Great and Powerful line, and that was literally 3 pails. I think I'm missing 1 from that collection. It was like 3 sheer colours, 3 glitter toppers, and then 1 liquid sand. And this is when liquid sand was still quite new. So this one is a bronzy brown base with a ton of gold shimmer and glitter in there. This one is probably a weird choice. I don't really hear a lot of people talking about this, but it is really beautiful. Although this one and another one, I was trying to fight it out for top 10, so this might have easily been like top 11, but it just about snuck in there this time. Another day I might not have picked it, but it is really beautiful, and if you can get hold of any liquid sands, these 2 are my top 2. So What Wizardry Is This? I then have blues, and I have 3 of them. I think all of these featured in my favourite blues, so I'm just going to run through them real quick. First one I have is I Saw, You Saw, We Saw, Warsaw. Obvious reasons. I wore this on my wedding day and it's blue. I absolutely love it. This was from that same European collection as my vampire is Buff, so I really love that one. Then have You So Euro, and again I think I featured this in my favourite blues. If not, I really should have. And this is a slightly brighter blue, possibly bordering on the indigo. It probably still is leading more blue than purple. You can get this opaque in 1 to 2. My bottle now is a little bit older. I can sometimes get it opaque in just 1. Also from the European collection. And the last one in my top 10 is going to be Russian Navy. This is absolutely stunning. It is a blue base with a ton of purple duochrome in there. Just stunning. I think this is in the core line, so this is probably one of the only ones that you probably can get quite readily. Absolutely stunning. So those 3 were the blue feature of my top 10 OPIs. And now we're on to just the random ones. So we have Coca-Cola Red. This is a beautiful, beautiful polish. When I think of my favourite OPIs, I always think of this one. So this possibly would be top 3, top 2, and absolutely stunning. Coca-Cola can red. This featured in my top favourite reds. This is so beautiful. This is opaque in just 1 coat. I really like that Coca-Cola collection in general. I think that I don't have maybe 3 of them, but on the whole I would say I like 3/4 of them really, really nicely. So a good collection to pick up if you still can. And coincidentally, also from that same collection is Green on the Runway. This one is perfection. It is a green duochrome to a rose gold copper shade. Absolutely stunning. I would wear this every day on my nails and be completely happy. These 2 are probably in my top 3 if I trimmed it down. I absolutely love these 2. So the other one was Green on the Runway. And finishing us up is an unusual choice maybe. I was trying to debate whether to include this or not, because I did include this in my original video 2 years ago and I haven't probably worn it very much since then, but I'm going to include it. So this one is When Monkeys Fly, and this came out in that same Oz the Great and Powerful collection, the What Wizardry Is This came in, and it is a really, really strange gold topper. I don't know if the camera's going to be able to focus, but it is giant hex glitters in the gold, and then you have the holographic glitters which are slightly smaller, and then there is also smaller hex glitters in there in just a plain silver. When this first came out, this was a bit controversial in a way, because although this was a brand new idea to OPI, and I don't think they've done anything with these massive hexes in them before. Like, I mean, now they've done Comet in the Sky and other polishes that have this sort of theme to them. At the time, people weren't a huge fan of this because they knew that they tachoed. It was very hard to place them flat on your nail and to get them smooth. A lot of people found that when they bent up, the corners really annoyed them, but I really, really liked how this looked. Just ignore Austin if you can. I really, really liked how this looked, and I'm going to be wearing 1 coat of this over my vampire is Buff in the photos. I just really think it complements over a neutral shade really nicely as an accent nail or just something different. I'm including this because I just love that OPI started to do something different with their glitters, and this kind of shows that as like a start off point. I like it. I don't know why I'm trying to justify it to you guys. When Monkeys Fly by OPI. So those were my top 10 OPIs. Like I say, this was because OPI is turning 35 this year. So happy birthday to OPI. If you want to let me know down below what your favourite OPIs are, please go ahead and do so. I'm always in the need for more OPIs. Well, I always like to buy OPIs. They tend to be my favourite mainstream brand at the moment. China Glaze, I really haven't bought any for a long time. So my mainstream brand life is mainly taken up by OPIs. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye! Bye! Are you going to say bye?